Hello, welcome to another video of your personal coach. I'm Devapam Sanyal with you. Today we are going to talk about something interesting. It is feedback, and I know you must have heard thousands and thousands of things on feedback, so I'm not going to bore you with the very common frameworks or something like that. But today what we are going to do is today we are going to learn, or today we are going to understand why people run away from feedback. What causes us to run away from feedback instead of taking it? So if you see, there is this tendency of human being where we try to avoid taking feedback when we fear that we are failing in something, right? So it's like, okay, also called grapes up fallacy, where we tend to close our senses to feedback, so that we keep telling ourselves a lie that it's going well and there is nothing that we need to learn from it, right? So the problem here is that we are so focused in this society to win that we forget to learn. So I understand that winning or performing is very important, whether you are an athlete, whether you are a student, whether you are doing whatever the task, you want to perform well, right? But that should not be your focus all the time. There should be time where you should be focusing on learning. How can you learn so that you can take those learning, incorporate those into your practices, and then it will help you to perform well. However, we are so rigid to perform well that we forget to learn, and that's where all these problems come into the picture. So there have been several researchers which have seen that people who are dealing with failure, or who think, they presume that they are not doing well in some task, they would not take feedback very well. When we say they take their feedback, it does not mean that somebody will lose their temper or lose control. It's not like that, but they will not learn from their feedback and incorporate it into their action. So that's been a very proven thing. Now, what can we do? There is a very famous technique by the psychologists, which has been generally popularized, which is called failing in the dark. What does it mean? Is that you practice to take feedback from yourself in absence of everyone else. So for example, if you are doing something, you do it alone, and you take, for example, if you are writing something, if you are a writer, you write something and then you compare with it with, or you, for example, a very famous author wrote something on an article on some topic, right? Without reading it, you write on that same topic, and then you compare that how that person has written and how you have written, and then you give yourself some feedback. Now that's something which is failing in the dark, because nobody knows what feedback you are giving to yourself, but you are giving a feedback comparing with a very high standard. Now that doesn't mean that you have to be like that person, but it means that you are trying to get feedback the way it should be. You should learn from that, and by doing this, by incorporating this culture into you, you are trying to be more adaptable to harsh or to any kind of feedback which can help you improve, right? So that's one thing. This is very important, because we sometimes get into the ostrich effect, where we just don't see what's going on. The negative bias takes over our mind, takes over our brain, and we just stop seeing that what we're doing. There is a very famous quote which might have come to everyone's notice, that failures, people who succeed do not quit. I don't think that's very true, because the winners, they know when to quit. You must know what to pursue. Perseverance and persuasion is required, but where to focus is very important. You must not do, if you are doing something continuously, even though you are not, you are not doing very good at it, then there's a problem, because you need to take feedback, you need to improve on that. You cannot do the same thing again and again. So you need to change those things. If something I need to get, maybe change my way of doing it. Maybe I need not to do it. I can do something else, whatever it is, because otherwise it's just that you are doing the same thing again. It doesn't work. Really, it doesn't work. So that's why it's very important that you are aware, you are conscious of what you are doing, and ensuring that whatever you do, you take feedback, and you take feedback to learn, not to win, right? I mean, winning is important, and for that win you need that feedback. So whenever you do something, make it a habit to take feedback, right? And separate yourself from that task. For example, if I am doing this video, right, and I do not do good, and I take feedback from all of you, and you give me feedback that this was not good, we did not understand, whatever you wanted to say did not come to us, just for an example, right? And now if I take this feedback as it's feedback on me, I am not a very good communicator, then, well, it'll hurt me, right? And I will say, oh, these people, they do not really understand, they're just giving me some false feedback, and I should not take this, right? Because I have taken it on myself personally, that okay, they are giving feedback on me, but the feedback that you're providing is not on me. The feedback that you're providing is on that video, right? On this video. So I separate myself from that task. So the feedback that we take on that task, we do not take it on ourselves, right? If somebody says you could have done well, that does not mean I am bad. It's just that I could have done that task better. That does not really mean I am bad, right? If you say this video is not up to the mark, that does not mean I do not have knowledge to do a good video, but rather I was not able to do this video well, and I can learn from it and I can do better, right? So that's why it's very important that you separate yourself from the task and take the feedback on the task, not on yourself. I hope that you start this day with this positive note, and welcome feedbacks and seek feedback from people so that you can learn and win. Thank you for watching this. Please subscribe if you like this video, and I shall see you soon.